My favorite vehicles are convertibles. In this series, we're going to go over this 2023 BMW 430i Convertible in San Remo Green Metallic over black Varesca leather. I'm Anthony from Hawkeye Rides. I'm going to go over all the specs and details, starting now. The BMW 440i Convertible has your iconic 4 Series grille, which everyone complains about, but when you put it on certain colors, it actually looks more aggressive than Mercedes and Audi. Even if you add the black optic package for the Audi A5, this is still going to look a little bit more dramatic. For the C300, it's going to be a little bit more settled. You can get the AMG night package, which will give you those little 3-point throughout the grille. It's a little bit over the top for luxury when we're looking at something that's 49.1, 50.9 weight distribution, which is the best in class. You're not going to get that type of performance numbers in convertible. It's unheard of. The M Sport package adds these 19-inch jet black multi-spoke alloy wheels with the red brake calipers, 4-piston front brakes, single floating piston in the rear, M Sport suspension, Syntec dash with the M 3-spoke leather wrap steering wheel, multi-function, and the paddle shifters, it's heated. Shadow line exterior trim, M shadow line lights is also part of that package. LED fog lamps, a double pivot type front suspension with spring struts and an anti-roll bar, a 5-link rear suspension with cast aluminum upper transversal arms, twin tube gas pressurized shock absorbers, a length at 187.9 inches with the wheelbase at 112.2 inches, a curb weight just a hair under 4,000 pounds. So when we're adding these numbers together, you can understand what I mean by it's a fast vehicle, even though it's just really a grand tour. In the rear, we get your LED tail lamps, and in the lower, we get your diffuser with your dual exhaust outlets. This only has a reverse camera, but you get your front and rear parking sensors. Trunk release going into nearly 11 cubic feet of storage, a 12-volt on the side, 2 areas that you'll have some storage. You split fold the rear bench. You fold this up with the top and it'll be a more deeper storage to maximize your cargo to this 430i twin scroll turbo. Let's go inside, start it up so you can hear that exhaust note. And what I like about BMW is even when you get the lower variants, you still get an athletic exhaust note. It doesn't necessarily go crazy, but at least you get it. And they back the performance with a 2.0 liter BMW twin power turbo inline 4-cylinder, producing 255 horsepower and 294 pound-feet of torque that's paired to an 8-speed sport automatic transmission, achieving 25 to 34 mpgs, reaching 60 at 5.9 seconds, quarter mile under 14 seconds with a top speed with summer tires up to 155 miles per hour. And what does BMW pack underneath with these numbers? It's going to be the second fastest. The Audi is going to be the fastest by 0.3 seconds. This is also the most expensive. It's going to have more torque than the Audi, more horsepower and torque than the Mercedes, beating it in the 0 to 60 and the quarter mile. Let me know in the comments what you think about the 2023 BMW 430i Convertible as we go inside, go over the tech, and take this for our drive. Entering inside a convertible, which is my favorite, and you start off with 40.6 inches of headroom, 41.8 inches of legroom, 14-way power seat adjustment, heated front seats, and the heat for your neck. Manual cushion extensions, 8-way power seat adjustment for the passenger, memory for the driver. 12.3 touchscreen with navigation, pinch, swipe, all the good stuff with Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, Sirius XM, AM, FM, streaming, Bluetooth audio. When you are on this page, this is your quick apps. So you could just slide through here for your wedges, go into your apps here so you can see everything that we have. Working down, you'll have your dual climate control settings. Open this up, you have your wireless charging pad, your BMW digital card with your USB and 12-volt between the cup holders. The gloss black will go only on the gear lever. The tetragon will go all around the iDrive. It's going to be more sport derived, open up inside with another USB, and it's a long storage pocket. The door panel starts with the Harman Kardon upgraded sound system, more of your everyday materials, and the same thing for your elbows. One touch up and down for all the windows, the ambient lighting that comes underneath, and a long storage pocket. For the back seat, headroom is actually not a problem for somebody that's 6'3". Leg space at 33.5 inches, so it's going to be pushed over a little bit the way you sit. It's going to be more towards the cup holders, but for 6'3", I can fit with the top up, and that's surprising because when you get into Mercedes, it's actually a little tighter. The same thing with the Audi. More everyday materials pretty much everywhere. You don't have any soft materials. You do have a little storage pocket with your upgraded Harman Kardon sound system, your third climate control, 2 USB-C ports with your air vents and cup holders. Now, if you want more power, you go to the M440i, which is about $10,000 more. You're getting 127 horsepower more, 0 to 60, almost 1 second faster. Those numbers are crazy. And what you get with this is 255 horsepower, 0 to 65.9 seconds. Look at this. And your brakes. It's a performance madhouse for something that is not that expensive in the sense of what you get. The dynamics is actually closer 50-50 weight distribution in this than the M440i Convertible. Going back to the rivals, whether it's Mercedes or Audi, the Audi being just a few tenths of a second quicker on the 0 to 60. This is going to have more torque, so it's going to be a little bit more playful in throwing you back, and you're going to feel that. Also, the interior of this doesn't feel as old as the A5 Cabriolet. I like the A5, don't get me wrong. The A-pillars are more in front of you. These are pushed back more, so you have more visibility through the front windscreen. The way the infotainment screen for your MMI comes out, it just looks like they forgot about it and threw it in afterwards. Here, it's seamless. Hey, look at this. And because we got the top down, obviously I have my neck warmer and my heated seats. As for the Mercedes, the refresh on the C300 looks great when you get that water effect for the infotainment screen. It's going to be the slowest variant. It's going to be the least horsepower and torque comparing it to the 3, and the geometry is not going to be as good as this. So you're going to spend maybe $1,000 or $2,000 less, but you're going to have more dynamics and fun with this. And that's going to take me to some things I like and dislike, and that's what we're going to start talking about. With what I like first is the exterior styling of BMW. I think looks the most dramatic and sporty compared to the rivals. You're going to spend more money, and for a convertible, you're going to spend around $5,000 to $7,000 more than a standard 430i coupe. But you still get the same dynamics. They don't hardly change the weight distribution. The second thing that I like about the vehicle is, for a tall person, I don't feel like I'm above the windscreen. When you go into Audi, because of the way the A-pillars are, like I was stating just a few seconds ago, they're right in front of you, and it makes the windscreen a little bit more smaller derived, not as sporty. It just feels a little bit more closed off. Here it feels wider in the interior, and I have more visibility inside this. The last thing that I like is I can actually fit in the back seat. That's not going to be the case for the Benz. 3 things that I dislike has to start off with the cargo. You have to put that little shelf down in order to put the top down. Otherwise, you can't do it, and it's like a 2-step process. So if you forget to do it and you're on the highway, you're out of luck putting the top down. I'm going to try to show you a little bit of dynamics to show you what I mean by 50-50 weight distribution. Look at this. It just handles on par. You have the speed, capabilities, and it's still more or less a Grand Tour vehicle because you're not spending much more than $65,000 to get all of this in one. The second thing that I dislike goes into the back seats. There's really no soft or areas that you can really rest your arms, in which, I hate to say it, but since I can fit in the back, I probably will have backseat occupants inside this car. Turn radius at a stop point is going to receive about 2 lanes. Let's rock and roll. Oh yeah. it gives you that kick that you need. The last thing that I dislike is there's a lot of hard materials, and when you're at a $65,000 to near $70,000 price point, you tend to want to start seeing a little bit more soft materials. Don't get me wrong, Audi and Mercedes also has a lot of hard materials, but they at least give you some soft materials on the door panel. Here they only give it to you on the inserts by your memory seats, and then on the passenger side where your memory seat button would be, they have it just covered with hard materials, or plastic for lack of better words. But for the most part, it's definitely a great vehicle for weekend and everyday use. It has the performance that you need. If you need more performance, you're gonna have to obviously spend some more money, but then again, you're near 400 horsepower, and it gives you a quicker 0 to 60 than probably 90% of the people on the road. I'd like to thank BMW of Wesley Chapel for giving us this 2023 BMW 430i Convertible for our car review. If you're already a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Hawkeye community. If not, I don't know what you're waiting for. Click the next video and the subscribe button. Check out the merchandise, website, and Instagram, and everything we do here at Hawkeye Rides.